Let's say that you have a tenant that you're going to put in that property. What if you want to do a background check on that person? We have on our system where you can do that. You can actually do the background check, see what kind of tenant you have to put into that property. Then you can then ask the tenant, do you have insurance? Because you want them to have a renter's policy, what we call an HO4 policy. And that protects you, the investor, the owner of the property, in the event something happens with that tenant, or the tenant has somebody that comes and visits them and has something happen to them. So on our program, you can actually, if they don't have a policy, you can literally do the same transaction that you did in buying your investor policy. You can do that with a renter's policy. So you can literally go on your mobile phone or on your laptop and give them a quote. And you can take their credit card or you can pay for it. And the pricing is extremely competitive to those other markets that are out there. So what's the benefit of that besides just giving them the policy? A couple things. One is it protects you because they're writing liability insurance for $100,000. So that's the first thing. Number two is 70% of the renter's insurance that is produced in our country today, 70% of it is canceled before it renews. So most of your tenants, unless you have a very good system to track their insurance, is uninsured by the time their lease is expired. And so with our program, if you use our system and the tenant quits paying on their insurance, then this will give you an email notification that your tenant quit buying the insurance. Instant access to that, instant notification to that, which is important. So you're covered. That's another way of being covered. And the tenant likes it too. We can insure the tenant for $10,000 worth of contents, $20,000 or $30,000, depending on what their needs are. What's also different about our insurance program for tenants is, and this, we created this after Hurricane Harvey. We added flood insurance to our renter's product. So for $2 more a month, they have flood coverage for all their contents. And so another benefit, we're the only insurance company in the United States that does this. So another great buy. We also have a customer, big property management company, and what they do in their lease is if somebody tries to break into their property, let's say they tear the door jambs or they try to break the windows out, a lot of these leasing companies charge the tenant for that damage around the windows and around the doors. Well, that's not covered under the tenant insurance policy. And so we added that as an additional benefit of $1 per month. So again, we're trying to listen to our customers and build an insurance product that will protect you in most instances. Another product that I really promote is tenant discrimination. If you read the newspapers like the old days, or if you go out and read any of the professional journals, you'll see that tenant discrimination lawsuits are escalating. So if you as a property manager or you as an investor put a tenant in your property, you need to evaluate your process of screening that possible tenant. If you decline that possible tenant for anything, you're susceptible to some type of lawsuit or some type of complaint filed with HUD. Under our program, what we have done is we have put together, it costs about $5 to $7 per door per year to get $1 million worth of coverage. In the event somebody decides to file a complaint with HUD, because this gives you the protections of HUD, and also any defense costs or any judgments that would occur on something like this. And when I say tenant discrimination, it can be religion, it can be sex, it can be race, it can be somebody visiting your tenant at their home, and they might overhear like your maintenance man or a contractor cuss or say something derogatory. All those things are where we see suit. Another thing that we've been seeing over the last couple of years is ghost calls from HUD. And what they're doing is they're calling and talking to you, you the investor, or you the property manager, and going over examples. And what they're doing is they're fishing to see what your processes are. And if they think that there is an issue, then they will set you up to fail. And so these are some of the things that not only do we provide the insurance coverage for, but we also provide the training to help you in those processes. So very inexpensive, great coverage, and something that I also promote.